It's happened.
I don't even know what that means. By the way, this is my Batman voice.
Yeah, your browser history must be everything that it is.
What if... I'm just going to throw this out there.
Okay, go.
What if Bruce Wayne really wanted to be a clown, but by the time he got to the
I
clown
don't
store...
think you got your microphone pointed towards you.
It don't matter.
Okay, now I got you.
It's cold open.
Is my coffee? Yeah,
Actually,
okay.
this is
cool.
not in.
Ah!
There we go. Hey, well, so what if you wanted to be a clown?
Take an inch back when you yell.
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Okay, video's live.
He's serious.
Do you want to start it warm, or do you want to tell this really quick, or
No.
bust right into it?
Let's
Let's
bust right
start and
Let's
then.
start.
Hit it.
All right, when I point at you.
Okay.
And you've pointed. Here we go.
Hide your strap-ons, put away your biscuits, and get ready for the ride of your life. It's time for free candy in the van of comedy. It's time for Two Clueless Dudes.
That's right, it's Two Clueless Dudes time.
Hey everybody, this is Mad Mike, aka Junk McGee. I am here with the Hank.
That's right.
And of course, Waz, supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He does his own show on Sundays at 4. And I believe your co-host, what's his name, Bruce Banner?
That's right. Old Bruce.
Eric Bana?
Bob Vila from the
Bob-
New Yankee Workshop.
Man, so we're going to have an incredible show for you guys today. It's going to be nuts. Let me just kind of get into some of the topics. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the best movie ensembles of all time. That's going to happen. We're going to talk about History's Mysteries. You know it. We're going to talk about how you make babies. It's going to happen. And we're going to talk a little bit about Mike Tyson because he's back. Again.
Again.
We're going to talk a little bit about KFC. We're going to talk a little bit about Taco Bell. We're going to talk a little bit about food.
I love food.
It's going to be great. So, but the way I want to get this show started off is something that to me is, I think, the biggest news of Everdom.
No way. Everdom?
Of Everdom. I honestly, and I don't know why it's not being talked about more. And it made me almost think that maybe this was a fake story, but from other things that I've been reading today, apparently this is like turning into a thing. So and this is one of those things where I don't want to step into Waz's dank zone too
Yeah.
much.
Nah, climb in.
But I feel like this is probably something you've either already talked about or will talk about.
Yeah, that's
Or-
great. Let's double it up.
Or maybe not.
We'll share news.
UFO sighting, okay?
Oh.
But this is it. It's an alien cube ship 10 times bigger than Earth captured by NASA.
That's awesome. That means the Borg.
That's exactly what it looks like.
That's the Borg. That's amazing.
According to prominent alien hunter Scott Waring, the supposed UFO is at least 10 times the size of Earth. Earth's radius is 3,958 miles, making the UFO more than 39,000 miles long.
That's awesome.
He also believes the UFO came from the sun's core, where it is feeding off our host star's immense energy. The UFO enthusiast says on his etdtabase.com, in the image, I added light and focus so you can see the red material that is gathering around its hull. So I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to show you. So this is the sun and this is the object.
It's beautiful. That's really cool.
All right. Can I see the headline? I'm going to pull it up for everybody.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Cube ship. Okay, gotcha.
So this leads me to believe that Gene, what's his last name?
Roddenberry.
Yeah. He knew what was up.
He may have.
He knew the Borg was real.
They say it may be a special particle from the sun. This cube has a non-reflective black surface, like a stealth fighter jet. It absorbs but does not reflect. This cube has been spotted in the northern hemisphere of our sun, is many times larger than Earth itself.
Wow.
Loring proceeds to speculate why the cube spacecraft is attracted to our solar system star. He said the cube is often seen coming and going from our sun. So they've pictured this thing more than once.
That's interesting.
It is thought that either the cubes created a hollow sun to live in within and gather energy, or there is some special particles that we are not yet aware of at our stance of existence. These cube ships could be gathering those rare particles. Either way, it is their sun, not ours. We don't have control over it as much as they will. and
Jump to
aliens-
conclusions much?
Right? So he says, do we have the right to claim the sun as our own? Well, I mean, if there really is, and okay, so
Very scientific of this person to just know all this stuff all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to,
Just declare.
I'm
It's
gonna-
their son now.
I'm going to add that into another,
Well, we don't want to provoke.
another thing that came out today.
Their ship's 3 times bigger than our Earth.
Well,
we
the
don't. We
thing
don't
is,
want to provoke.
We don't even know it's cube shaped. It's clearly in the picture square. Doesn't mean it's cube shaped. It could be like a long pole that's square in one end.
Listen, NASA wouldn't lie.
Not only that is
Would NASA lie?
why.
No.
Well, I do know
Well,
that
all the records are public, so it'd be really hard for them to.
I do know that there's squares inside lensing and
Hold
sensor
on,
equipment.
Hold on. You're going to tell me that NASA documents are open to the public?
Okay, so it's funny you should say that. I actually knew a person. I'm not going to say her name in case she gets in trouble, but I knew a woman. She worked at the concierge with me for a while, but she used to work for NASA. And she said that they had rooms where they were growing plants in like a zero oxygen atmosphere, and she says they looked like nothing on Earth. They looked so crazy and far out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like they do some crazy stuff there. I think that is on the hush hush, but
Yeah. I was going to say, you don't tell me that NASA's information is open to the public because I'll giggle at you.
okay. So I'm gonna add that to this. It also came out today. U.S. defense officials briefed on off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. Senator Marco Rubio sounds alarm over unidentified aircraft. So Marco Rubio is the senator that's head of the Intelligence Committee for things of this nature, and he claims that they've been seeing the stuff like this for the better part of a decade,
And they've just been lying about
and
it.
they've been going over whatever they are. Let's see here. We have things flying over our military bases and places where we're conducting military exercises, and we don't know what it is, and it isn't ours.
Mm.
That's
Well, that could be a foreign.
Yeah, that
entity
could be
too.
Russia.
Especially
that's
with
pretty wild.
China's getting pretty techy now.
Square black holes matter.
It's almost suspicious that we
Square
don't.
black holes matter.
It's almost suspicious that we don't see like Chinese fighter jets. Like they could totally have a fighter jet. It's probably a copy of one of ours.
Well, they go on to say that it is possible that it could be, that they believe it could be, foreign, some type of foreign, country's attempt, but it's so beyond anything that we're possibly capable of at this point that they would be very, 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 very shocked, and we'd be in serious trouble if that were the case. So, and if you don't remember, I think was it April, the Pentagon released the information, said, yeah, UFOs are a thing.
Yes.
And it got
that's more
completely
recent.
swept under the rug because
The coronavirus. They
Coronavirus
released it
and-
right as the coronavirus was
Yeah.
coming. And they're like, oh, by the way, there's UFOs and the coronavirus is in the United States. And all of a sudden there was like, so we were talking about UFOs?
yeah.
And there's been no further conversation. It's been washed away.
Yeah. Oof. But I
So-
mean, if you ask me, that's like a pretty big deal. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about
Well, it
does
defies
life exist?
it defies the Bible.
The Bible?
It does.
How do you know? How? How does that defy the Bible?
Because God only made mankind. He didn't make aliens.
Unless
Yeah,
there's
'cause that wasn't
mankind on
God.
other stars.
God didn't make aliens. It was God's brother,
Listen,
Franklin.
Yeah.
I'm
old
just
Frankie.
saying.
Good old Frankie was out there making aliens.
If we're gonna just make
You know-
up stuff about spaceships.
You know what? We can turn this 2 hours into a conspiracy theory conversation,
We totally
and
could
I could talk the whole time.
Well, yeah, you don't sound any different than this person like commenting on this square and just like having all this backstory. Like, oh, they live inside the sun. I've talked to the second in command. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. He goes by the name of Ferdinand.
Of course, that's his Earth name.
That's his Earth name.
We
So
we
matter of
couldn't
fact.
begin to say his Martian name.
Why is it
Atmanon.
lined up too? Like, why does the spaceship have to be lined up to where it's like, even if it was really cube shaped, we'd see like it would have like 6. It would look like I want to say a hexagon or a pentagon. You know, when the cube's at an angle,
If it's at an
you
angle.
see more lines.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, fortunately
Yeah, like,
for
there's
NASA,
no-
they've
there's no
got a
depth to
front-end
it.
picture each time, so it's been
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
been
like
fortunate.
why is the face? Why is one face aimed right at us? I don't know.
That's. I mean, it's.
Who
Speaking
are you,
as-
the devil's advocate?
I can say that like
But
you
if
can
it's
have
if it's a non-reflective
Mm.
black, is it then possible that it could actually already be at an angle, but because it absorbs all light, we would not ever know?
it could be tilted like in one direction, but it'd be weird to not have it tilted both directions. You know, like, meh, you know, that's the sound of tilting something in 2 axes.
How many
Meh.
nukes do you think it would
Yeah.
take to blow up something 3 times the size of Earth?
It's not like quantity of nukes; it's about what type and like.
Every
Yeah.
of the nuke.
Yeah, because there was that later.
Would it have to be like Armageddon?
I don't know. We have enough nukes on Earth right now to wipe out people, like several times over, just in America's stockpile.
And,
Just
but
we're
and
like
then
that.
like, are you talking about just hitting it like on the surface? Or are you talking about like drilling down into the middle of something?
Right, I
and
mean,
then blowing
you're-
it up?
I feel like
you
you're-
usually
you'd
blow it
have-
up above the ground.
I feel
So
like you would have to
starts.
Bruce Willis it and get on it and drill.
You know, honestly, if we wanted to destroy the thing, all we need to do is just set up like a McDonald's.
Actually, yeah,
And
just-
civilization will come and eventually just
Yes.
destroy it.
That's
We,
the
we
only
could just
hope.
we could just call it Chicago.
Yeah, it was called Chicago. That,
We just give them Chicago.
Ah,
You,
shithole.
you can have it.
But I thought that was really interesting that all of a sudden, you know, people are really coming out and being like, yeah, no, aliens are a thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, and,
And then
I,
there's nobody says anything about it. Like you haven't heard anything about it on the news anymore. Like you heard about it for like 1 or 2 days and that
Yeah.
was it.
Well,
Look,
we know anomalous spacecraft are a thing. I'd like to think it's
Yeah.
like alien drones. I'm crossing my fingers for it. But I mean, the chance that there's anything biological in there, because we'd send a probe, you know. So
But-
anything else would send a probe.
but just because it's not biological doesn't mean it's not alive, right?
For sure, for sure.
Because we're talking alien shit.
Yeah, good point.
Well, how close was it to the sun?
For all we know, they turned out humans. And that's how we
no.
became humans.
Well,
we
we-
were turned out.
We have a new spacecraft going out that's one of the things it does is look at the sun. So we can get a better look.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, get ready. I forget what it's called.
The sun looker.
Yeah, it's a doodle bop.
Oh, and Russia just Russia just launched a space weapon, they believe.
Space weapon
yeah.
out into the atmosphere.
Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah. So I mean, maybe it's
That-
to fight the aliens.
That
I
should
don't
be
know.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, they're part of Space Force. We can't get along down here, but up there we're perfectly fine with each other.
I would like to think so.
Yeah, it's
Kumbaya up there.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So I would assume space would be a lot like international waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the advanced race is waiting for us to send a round peg to their square hole. You're not kidding.
We're the U.S. We could F up just about anything.
Yeah, this is where we find out that Idiocracy was not just a movie made satirically, it was a prophecy. It was
Seriously though, like
Prophetical.
Orwell level.
right,
For
yeah.
sure.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Orwellian, yeah, definitely. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that was pretty crazy. Just
So don't look out for it. Wait, just for breaking news. So
Yeah.
we've got more than one device that looks at the sun. So we got to see how corroborated this is with other devices.
right, because I mean, there's got to be more than one thing pointed at the sun, right?
Yeah, lots
Gotta
of
be.
things
Yeah.
and different spectrums too.
Sometimes I point my eyes at the sun, not for
Yeah.
very long.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do the shoebox thing? I was thinking about this the other day.
Shoebox.
When there's an eclipse and you make a shoebox, you take a shoebox and cut a square in it, and you poke a tiny hole in a piece of paper, and then the light from the sun shines through the hole onto the back wall of the shoebox, and you like look at the inside wall of the shoebox to see the eclipse.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we did that elementary style.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Elementary school, I should say.
That's cool. That would be cool for me at 39.
39, yeah.
Yeah, no one did that this last eclipse. People just got sunglasses.
Yeah. Goggles and stuff.
So, former, undisputed Heavyweight champion Mike Tyson is making a comeback.
Yes, he is.
So, now I've heard, different viewpoints on this. So I'm going to get your take. He's 54.
Yeah.
He's going to be fighting Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
in an 8-round. And I'm stunned.
There's
that they
no
picked
way
8
that
rounds.
this is gonna go 8 rounds.
8 rounds on September 12th.
How was it that quick? September 12th.
So Tyson is 50-6 in his record. The last time he fought was 15 years ago when Kevin McBride stopped Tyson in 6 rounds. Tyson, in an appearance on ESPN's First Take on Thursday, explained his reasoning for returning to the ring. He said, "It's because I can do it. And I believe other people believe they can do it too. Just because we're 54 doesn't mean that we have to start a new career and our lives are totally over. Not when you feel as beautiful as I do. And I'm sure that other people feel the same way."
I mean, I look at it like this. The dude lives here in town. There's pictures of him all around. The dude's in great shape.
He's a great
I
shape
sure as
for
hell wouldn't want to take a hit from
The
him.
Battle of Bengay. Yes.
But I tell you what, I right here, right now, on every penny I got, that won't go 8 rounds.
Yeah, I find it hard to think that it will. But, however, let's not. So, Tyson goes on to say he's never taken that many punches. After the last fight I had, I left. I lived my life. And I've been through some experiences. And now I'm back here. I feel like I took better care of my body and my state of mind than most fighters before me that retired and came back. So, it's possible. Jones, however, 66-9.
Yeah.
So he's a few more losses, but he's got more
Few
fights.
more
under his
fights.
belt. Yep. At his apex, was considered the most brilliant boxer in the sport, winning titles in middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. He had a sublime mix of speed, technique, and ring intelligence. Roy Jones Jr. was good.
Well, he's a commentator for boxing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last month, Jones, 51, expressed interest about a possible bout with Tyson. "I've been trying to enjoy retirement, but people don't seem to want to let me retire. They keep calling me, telling me that Mike wants to come back, that you'd be a great opponent for Mike. We always wanted to see it, but I would have preferred it back then. Tyson is a hell of a specimen still.
Yeah, I
Still
agree.
a problem to deal with. But at the same time, life is life. You only live once. If you want to know what it's like, you go in there and see. You still got to see it."
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I commend them. I couldn't do it at 39, so they're in their 50s and they're gonna throw fists. That's great.
I appreciate that they can like take it on as a sport too, because this isn't like a battle to the death, but like of all sports, I mean, this takes a lot out of a person.
It sure does. It sure does. And getting hit that hard at this age, they're a little more fragile than they used to be. You know what I mean? So. But I definitely want to watch it. I want to.
His Jones's last appearance was February of 2018, so he's actually fought fairly recently, and he defeated Scott Sigmund by decision. But his last recognizable name on his ledger is Enzo Maccarinelli, who knocked out Jones in 4 rounds in Moscow in 2015. And Roy Jones Jr., he used to be known for not being able to be knocked out. He was unknockoutable. But, when you get into your 50s, times
change. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're
I could sneeze hard and I'm out.
Yeah, I'm blowing my back out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Oh, baby, Jesus.
Help me, Oprah.
Yeah.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
A couple days ago, I think I slept weird on my jaw, and like for 2-3 days, it would pop, like just constant jaw popping, like it was dislocated or something.
Yeah,
I think it went away.
Like a TMJ type deal.
What's TMZ?
TMJ. It's like TMZ, only with a J.
Too much jaw.
Yep.
Too much jaw? I just have too much jaw? That's
Word.
hot.
Word.
What does TMJ stand for?
Big perm.
Big worm?
Big worm. I don't. It has something to do with the muscles, but they can get tied.
We're gonna
or
go with
locked.
too much jaw.
Oh.
Too much jaw.
Too much jaw works. All right, folks. So let's
Cool.
go ahead and before we get any other stuff, let's go ahead and pay some bills.
All right,
We'll
here
do this
we
real
go.
quick, and we'll be right back, folks.
Ever notice how sometimes classic rock isn't classic? Classic is supposed to mean the artist has been around for a while and done a thing or two. Welcome to High Quality Rock, the undisputed best artists and songs in rock and roll history with no posers and no slog. Only the best of the best rock music with pedigree that didn't come out of a comic book. Great music 24/7, excellent programs all week and every weekend. It's basically the only rock music station you need, and it's at highqualityrock.com, now included with the free Radio Vegas Rocks app.
Nut rub.
From Ball Wash. You put that on after you cleanse yourself and get a nice little fragrance down there, and it lasts all day, and it's absolutely really amazing.
Ooh, yes.
And it smells great, so there you go.
Yeah, heck yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so proud to be coming.
Thank you, Ball Wash, and
you,
visit
Ball
them
Wash.
online at ballwash.com and use coupon code Radio Vegas to get 20% off.
Man, I'm having
They
so
have
much fun.
they have
already popping these.
shampoos and they have soap and
I'm
they
very
have.
excited about this. I've always seen this. Like, I wonder how that works. Or what it smells like.
Well, you should open it and smell it, and you'll get even more
There you go.
excited.
Twist and pull.
He had
Twist and pull.
he had no trouble at all over here.
Listen, all right. I don't grab things that are lubricated. All right, give me a break. All right. It smells delicious. No, actually, you can smell it through the can. It actually does smell
Oh,
pretty
you do?
good.
You can?
Yeah, it says ocean air and solid cologne.
Ooh, mine is cedar and citrus for those woodsy smells.
I mean, it says ocean and air on mine. Does it say yours is cedar?
Cedar and citrus.
Okay, here, I'll trade you. So you can smell mine. Well, I don't want you to smell it that way, but I mean,
Well, this is nice too.
yeah, see, and they actually make some really good smell. Dude, nut rub. Tonight, let's
Let's-
put it to the test.
Let's rub some nuts.
Let's rub the cedar and the ocean together. See if we can get a woody ocean.
Let's rub some nuts.
When you need the balls to smell as fresh as the day.
Nut rub.
From Ball Wash, use coupon code Radio Vegas to get 20% off.
Why do we love the Golden Tiki so much? How about the handcrafted tiki drinks made with freshly squeezed juices, homemade syrups, and top shelf booze? These aren't your cruise ship pre-mixed cocktails. These specialty drinks take time and are for the true cocktail enthusiasts. Located in the strip mall in Chinatown, it's truly a hidden hideaway. Well, hidden if you don't know the address. It's 3939 Spring Mountain Road. This place is what my tiki bar dreams are made of. An adult version to Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, complete with alcohol-infused Dole Whip and dirty talking birds, with drink names like Navy Grog, Terrible Twisted, and Dirty Banana. And last but not least, a shot of empathy named Kraken. These drinks will have you back and back again. From the kick-ass atmosphere, hidden Easter eggs in the bar, like Bigfoot's footprint, and don't forget to rub the golden dong for good luck. From live music to DJs that will make you feel like you're on a tropical vacation. The Golden Tiki, 3939 Spring Mountain Road. That's the Golden Tiki, 3939 Spring Mountain Road.
Your new favorite internet radio station, RadioVegas.rocks.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes with Mad Mike and the Hank and Waz supposedly.
Show me your shirt.
We're
We got matching shirts today.
yeah, we got matching shirts. Check us out.
Yeah.
Well, you know we're all about the bananas.
This is fabulous.
Figure we show that to you guys.
Yeah, that was for free.
Audio listeners,
Any-
the shirts have bananas rapidly undressing on them.
Yes, and it's got a little sensor bar.
Yeah, with
Which I
gusto.
love.
If you find a banana with genitalia, send me a picture.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got a collection.
Actually, just
wanna
send
know.
us the banana so we could be famous and rich.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into history's mysteries. You want to do that?
I think we should.
I'll
I've got
allow
all
it.
kinds of great stuff, food related, but let's wait on that. Let's go into history's mysteries.
Here we go.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes.
No shit.
Like that $20 you say I owe you.
You know, similar to that, Waz is eating my chocolate donuts
And not sharing.
and not sharing. No, please. I want you to enjoy.
And not
it.
sharing is not caring.
Yeah, not sharing is not caring. Know that. History's mysteries from way back this week. Didn't really think this through very well. We're going to start a little gruesome. 1692, 5 more women were hanged for witchcraft, 20 in all, in Salem, Salem,
Massachusetts, right?
Massachusetts, exactly. Because the other day at Jay's
Washington.
birthday party, we were talking to a guy that was from Salem, Oregon, and you're like,
Oregon.
"Oh yeah, we're the witch crew," and everybody stopped, and they're like, "Is he being serious or is he dumb?"
Is it dumb or what? Yeah,
It
I
was-
know it's in Massachusetts.
It was effing hilarious.
But I'm going to tell you right now, the right answers, the correct answers, are just not funny.
That's
And-
so true.
Like, I do it for giggles. I don't care if I look dumb. I want giggles. I like
what?
giggles.
How true is that? Because I played a joke on you today, and then you played it right back on me.
I did, yeah.
Because Mike asked me if I was on my way over and if I would be over around 3:30, and I said, "For what?" And about 5 minutes later, he goes, "The show," and I'm like, "But I'm moving tomorrow. I thought we discussed that we were skipping the show," and he's like, "Well, nobody told me or was." And I said, "No, I'm just kidding. I got a great show planned." He's like, "Well, I already told Waz we're not doing the show," and I was like, "Bro,
Oh, that's what caused that.
no." Apparently he never.
I never text you.
No, but Jay did as I was pulling up.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Maybe he thought we weren't coming for some reason.
anyway,
Weird. It was a weird.
It was funny.
It was Lemony Snicket's type stuff.
Yeah.
it was
Anyway,
Hard snicket
back to
over here.
History's Mysteries. Here we go.
snicket alert.
Snicket. 1879. Doc Holliday killed for the first time after a man shot up his New Mexico saloon.
Doc Holliday, huh?
Doc Holliday.
His first kill was in
His first taste of blood. 1879.
At his saloon?
At his saloon.
I didn't know he owned this saloon. I thought he was a
Yeah.
barber or something. Or
No,
a dentist
he
or
went
something.
to dentist school
Yeah, dentist. That's what it was.
and then got the tuberculosis and
From all that
couldn't-
Novocaine.
Yeah, damn right. And then he went into the saloon business. And I think
Wow.
that's actually how he met up with Wyatt Earp, to be honest, is he met with Doc Holliday at his saloon.
At his
But don't
saloon?
quote me.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. You know what? It sucks because he had that good old lunger disease.
Yep, that old TB.
That's like, you know, that still kills like 400,000 people a year.
That's a freaky
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
it's
Maybe
an
more- I
it's
think
something
it's like 4
that
million a year. It's a ridiculous number. I just remember looking at it and being like, I can't even believe that's true. It's worldwide, obviously not in America.
yeah,
We're
definitely.
doing good here.
as
He's like,
Waz as Waz grabs him a little hand
I
sanny.
know you got me all psychosomatic.
Pray to the holy sanitizer.
That's right.
Little on the cheeks.
Little after that shaving. 1912, a meteorite estimated at 419 pounds explodes over Holbrook in Navajo County, Arizona, causing approximately 16,000 pieces of debris to rain down on the town.
Dang.
That would be dope. I mean, to get the pieces of
God.
meteorite.
Bro, what if it
cool
gives
to-
you powers, bro?
Or what if it was like Joe Dirt and it was like one of those blue frozen things
I think
that come from the
anything
sky?
anything that you get that came from off of the earth is like has powers. Even if it's
Dude,
just
it's got
powers to manipulate others.
It's got to.
Yeah, because you're like, look at this thing from far away. I'm important. Hire me.
Okay,
Whoa.
so
And they're going to be like, oh my
if
God.
you watch Ancient Aliens, ancient alien theologists believe that there's a possibility that aliens manipulated and sent meteorites to Earth to build humanity.
Yeah.
Panspermia is that theory. It's very plausible.
You got Pam listening in. Pam!
What up, Pam? You know Pam listened to us from Mexico while she was on vacation last week?
That's pretty dope.
That's dedication.
That's pretty dope.
That's dope.
What else you got?
All right. 1912. We already did that. 1940. Adolf Hitler ordered Great Britain to surrender by offering peace or destruction.
That's reasonable.
I don't think he did it because the war continued.
Well,
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think that
obviously,
piece was on the table that hard.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't think peace went real deep.
like, peace is like, we want to
Well,
annex
it's
you.
interesting if you really. So their whole plan was, they kept trying to bomb. They kept trying to send in bombers, but Great Britain had set up literally like a net of radar. It was like the first place to have it.
Yeah, that was some of the first.
So they kept busting these guys, and they couldn't figure out how they were doing it, and it completely it completely saved the UK. Just
Wow.
having that little net of radar around.
Have you guys seen
pretty cool.
the British listening horns before they had radar?
No.
Let me pull them up real quick. Listening horns. War. Hold on. So check it out. There's several different versions.
Oh my gosh! so
Some
they
look
could hear
like
from far.
trumpets. The craziest one is this one. War tubes look like giant trombones on wheels. This one, dishes.
That's crazy.
Dishes on a pipe, and you'd listen for them to hear the enemy approaching.
Could you talk to him? Could you talk to the enemy? Could they hear you back?
You could yell through it, but
Didgeridoo it.
people just laugh when you do that.
Apollo 11 lunar module carrying Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the surface of the moon with that famous boot print in the moon's surface.
Hey, but who was it? Neil Armstrong's or Buzz Aldrin's boot print?
It was Neil Armstrong.
Neil
And for whatever reason, I decided not to put the year. I guess that's not important today.
1970.
No. 1994. Former NFL running back, broadcaster, and actor Tony Simpson offered $500,000 reward for evidence of his ex-wife's killer and stated that he was absolutely 100% not guilty.
I believe him.
Right.
I mean, why would you write a book called "If I Did It"? If you did it,
Right.
you know.
No. No. Why in only the dumbest criminal that lives in Las Vegas would write a book about a crime that he committed and said, "If I did it," and then published it. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Actually, I haven't read the book, and I totally used to agree with you, but I'm having a thought that maybe it was motivated by, like, redemption. Like, let me tell you the kind of, like, passion and difficult emotions I was dealing with.
But he doesn't go into that.
Oh, really?
And when he goes in to discuss
'Cause he's a
the
reptile
book,
and he has no emotions.
He's having fun and smiling about the book.
Yeah. He's definitely one of those paths, psycho or socio or whatever.
Could have been.
Definitely one person that won't make the show.
Helipath.
You know what? Honestly, you know what probably happened? I think they were stabbed repeatedly, so it's probably suicide.
Yeah. It was COVID related.
That's probably what it was.
It was COVID related.
Oh, the Duffster says, and they used the warning to turn off all their lights, giving the night raid no target.
Giving the night raid no target.
Which, yeah, it's pretty cool.
2020.
Hard to hit what you can't see. All right, 2020.
Scientists found evidence of volcanoes on none other than Venus, proving the planet isn't as dormant as previously thought.
Volcanoes. I wonder what it spews out. Is it magma, you think?
I don't know. I don't know what the undersurface of the
Like I know that
planet
Venus is so hot, like everything melts.
On Neptune, it rains diamonds.
Holla. Holla. I need to get a hold of my man's Elon Musk.
Can we just send all of our pop stars there? Right?
Fling
Just
'em
leave
up.
there. Yeah, they're all about diamonds, right? Like, oh,
Yeah,
here
that,
you go,
that way
Rihanna.
they quit making
Please go.
stupid
Have a great
ass
time.
conversations and songs and movies and
Exactly.
Did I bring up too
Political
much
idea.
yet that we should definitely look at landing on Venus
Yeah,
as much as Mars? Because we could float on the surface of one of the atmosphere layers.
no way.
Because the atmosphere is so thick that if you land on the surface, it'd be hot and squishy and it would suck. So people are like, oh, we can't deal with it. But if we treated it like an ocean planet and just had like a nice, soft, buoyant, floaty craft. Yeah, just bob between a thicker and thinner atmosphere layer.
The Real Housewives.
why does it
of
got to be
Neptune.
Bob?
Not only that, but tons of resources we can get oxygen and fuel from.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I'm down.
Way
for
cool.
it.
We can get potable water, dealing with the atmosphere, like refining it.
Yeah, and then we can build a Chick-fil-A there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Because-
dope.
I mean, if I go
Floating
to
fillet.
Venus, I'm gonna
But
get hungry.
you know what?
Right?
yeah.
I'm going to need you to be intelligent. If you're going to do that, make sure that it's open on Sundays. Please.
You do just don't go to Venus on
Please.
Sundays. Venus is closed
I guess
On
that could be-
Venus, every day is Sunday.
every day. Yeah.
Ah,
right now, that is
shit.
actually very true.
1853, New York legislator put aside more than 750 acres of land on Manhattan Island, the future home of Central Park. And of course, they've built to it since then.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Pretty dope.
Gotta have the park.
And in this week in 2012, 12 people lost their lives and 59 were injured when a gunman opened fire at the premiere of Dark Knight in Aurora,
That's
Colorado.
Right. The guy who made himself look like the Joker. And
yeah.
went in and, that was actually, I want to say it was Eric lived just down the street from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Your brother, huh?
Yeah, because at the time he was living in Colorado. I think it was my brother. So that's pretty great.
It's
He's in
pretty-
jail, right? I think.
He's in jail.
I think.
But I think it's pretty
crazy.
cool. I think a lot of the Batman cast actually showed up to the hospital, if I recall.
Oh, they showed up.
Yeah.
That was a gnarly day.
Yeah.
It was very surreal.
Yeah.
Right. Very surreal because it's.
You feel safe when you're supposed to be watching a movie.
That was
Right.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
So
It's a place of comfort.
supposed to be.
Now
R.I.P.
let me just point this out really quick.
Okay.
A gunman shows up, shoots a cinema. We all go back and watch movies the next day.
Yeah.
A sickness hits America, and we shut every cinema down.
And probably do it again.
Like, I mean, when the gunman, like,
What's that mystery factor? Like, we've got stats on guns. We've never dealt with an illness this in our lifetime, so we've only got history to go by. And
that's why we call it History's Mysteries, folks.
1989. Mike Tyson KOs Carl Williams in a minute 33 seconds for the heavyweight boxing title.
Dang, minute 33
Minute
seconds.
33. Do you know his fastest knockout?
Like 15 seconds?
It was Marvis Frazier in 30 seconds
30
in
seconds.
1986.
86. Dude, can you imagine taking somebody out in 30 seconds?
Knocking them the F out.
Damn, dude. He could hit hard.
And that's that's why I smiled when you brought up Mike Tyson.
And Roy Jones Jr.?
Mike Tyson's, if he doesn't get him in the first couple rounds, Mike Tyson's going to bite off another ear.
I don't know. It's going to come to me. It's going to come down to conditioning, and I don't know who can stay in longer.
Mike's not 20 no more.
Right. Well, he's not 20, and Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he fought as little as like a couple of years ago, so I don't know who's going to have the better conditioning, who's going to be able to last.
You think he's going to train here in Vegas?
Who?
Mike.
Oh, I bet you he is.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I bet
That'd be cool to just like go and watch the Golden Knights practice at the hockey rink. It'd be cool to go watch him practice and get ready for do his camp.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. 2019, Marvel announced 10 new superhero films at Comic-Con, including Blade with Mahershala Ali.
Yep.
And Natalie Portman as female Thor.
Which apparently Chris Hemsworth is not happy about.
Well,
can you blame him?
So, first of all, she was in Thor, so
yes.
Automatically she doesn't get the role.
What do you mean she doesn't get the role?
She shouldn't get the role. She was in the movie Thor.
Right, so she takes over as the female version of Thor. His power is passed on to her.
Oh.
Whatever.
Thorette. Thoracic.
I don't like it.
The Duffster says Jones will win in a battle of endurance, which I think that sounds accurate to me. And Tyson will win all other scenarios.
I don't know. Tyson can dodge, though.
Yeah.
Well, Tyson can dodge like a son of a bitch.
It's about making
but it's about the endurance, being able to. If Roy Jones Jr. can keep him.
Tyson's looking for
next
a
round,
TKO
next
or
round,
a
next
KO.
round, next round.
Yeah.
Tyson doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah,
it's not. It's no longer his game.
4 rounds.
1934. Melvin Purvis and other FBI agents waited outside the Chicago's Biograph Theater and mortally wounded Public Enemy #1, John Dillinger.
Mortally wounded?
Lady in Red.
Why did you say
I didn't want to say killed. I mean...
He got.
He got had.
It's more specific when you say mortally wounded. I appreciate your detail.
Thank you.
I would love to see Kat Dennings versus Natalie Portman, but...
I'm not. I love Natalie Portman. I think she's a great actress, and I think she's sexy as hell. But I don't I'm not happy about her being female Thor. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's easy for me to picture.
No,
It's like just a buff Amidala, right?
I don't like it.
Kind of.
I like Kat
I
Dennings.
like
too,
I like
Yeah, Kat
originality.
Dennings is-
I you know, let's get back to it. You know what I mean?
No, I mean like I enjoy, like I think Kat Dennings, the beauty of her face, is
And her-
feels like more my style.
and
If I
her
were gonna
boobies.
if I were gonna judge,
Yeah.
who I would most want to consensually grope,
Yes.
but
Kat
I can
Dennings.
really picture Natalie Portman as a female Thor.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine. I
I'm
just.
just used to her in a fantasy environment anyway.
She's like
We'll just have to see what the Bond movie is
4'10". What are you talking about? The Hammer's as big as she is.
Oh, height's not a movie. You know, you can make anyone any height.
Heels. Hello.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Heels. Okay.
Heal her up.
This one I got from one of my buddies out in L.A.,
All
Nick
right,
Murphy. All right. 1987. The movie portraying Richie Valens, played by Lou Diamond Phillips, La Bamba, came to life. And something that I didn't know that's pretty cool. In 2017, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry as being culturally and historically significant.
That's cool.
That's pretty dope.
Didn't he go down an airplane with Buddy Holly
Yeah,
and a couple other guys?
a couple
Yes.
other fellers. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
big
Jiggling
bopper.
when she hammers. that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. The
Buddy
big-
Holly and the Big Bopper.
and the big. That's right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was a brutal plane crash. Who
Yeah.
else died in? Stevie Ray Vaughan. He went down in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
That was really unfortunate.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
was really unfortunate.
Remember Ozzy's?
One of the best to ever pick up a guitar.
It was
yeah.
Randy Rhoads, right? The Ozzy guitarist that died in a plane crash with their tour bus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The plane was buzzing the tour bus for
What?
fun. Yeah. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that your airplane and your tour bus use the same key.
Yeah,
So they can
no
never be
kidding.
operated simultaneously.
And then Gloria Estefan was in a bus accident, and her head hit the thing, and she'd lived, but she won't travel by bus
Well,
anymore.
Metallica's
And then
Cliff Burton died.
he
Black
died.
Ice. The whole goddamn tour bus flipped.
Got him.
Aaliyah.
No,
Aaliyah
yeah,
was another-
airplane.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was an airplane.
Yeah.
That was an
But
airplane.
that was their own fault.
Yeah.
And the pilot said we couldn't take on as many people as they took on, so that was kind of their own fault.
Yeah, I don't think it was people. I think it was luggage.
Those people.
Was it people?
Yeah,
They overloaded
had,
the
That, and then
plane.
they
you've
had
got
they had like 3 times the limit or something like that.
Dang.
wasn't it? Was it? It's not Poison, is it? What was the
Huh?
band that lost the guy got in a car accident, and lost his arm? The drummer.
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then I mean, obviously Motley Crue.
Yeah. That whole damn thing's a wreck.
Yeah, Motley Crue's just right.
Wait, what was the Motley Crue one?
Nothing.
Everything.
Everything. They're-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're just-
They
I'm back with you. Yeah.
everything that they did. All right, this one blew
Hey,
my
my neighbor,
mind.
Tony. Hey, what's going on? Huh?
Dude,
Okay, go ahead.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I was looking in the chat. Like, did Tony talk to us? Or?
I just saw she popped in.
now everybody knows he's in witness protection. That's
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Now U.S. Marshals are going to be knocking on his door tomorrow. Great, good job.
gonna give you an offer. You couldn't refuse.
But now you're going to have to. 2009. This blew my mind. All right, blew my mind. 2019. The NFL's Dallas Cowboys were named the most valuable sports team in the world,
Yep.
worth $5 billion. $5 billion. Second, Major League Baseball's New York Yankees at $4.6 billion. And third, Real Madrid with
Soccer.
a measly $4.2 billion,
Isn't that
according to
crazy?
Forbes. These are sports teams, folks.
That's true. Just travel with Keith
That's
Richards. You know nothing's gonna happen.
billions.
Man's indestructible.
Billions
Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. It's crazy.
We spend billions of dollars on entertainment, but the streets of Detroit,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't
Yeah,
know.
seriously. The water in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
Just everything. Like, Michigan's so neglected.
All right, this one has me cracking up. 2020, because this shit just happened. We all know that Kanye West.
Kanye. Oh, and sugar-free gummy bears. LOL. That's coming up shortly. Stay tuned. Continue.
Oh, that's what that's about.
So Kanye West,
He's doing his Kanye best.
did
Nice.
announced his candidacy for president.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then he said that he wasn't going to do it anymore.
Right.
But then he held a rally.
Well, then he went and filed the paperwork with the FEC.
So he had this rally.
Yeah.
And this is where we're going to pick up. 2020, Kim Kardashian asked for understanding of her husband, Kanye West, bipolar disorder on Instagram. Now, this shit cracks me up because Kanye West can say or do and act however he wants.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely bipolar, though.
You know what I mean?
All the
I'm
signs are
telling you,
there.
if my wife, if I had, even if it was a tirade, but you could tell if you watched it, he was passionate. He was just passionate about what he was talking about. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
If my wife went on and said this shit about me, all I'm going to say is something's going to happen. I'm going to wind up writing a book called If I Did It.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like...
You
when
mean if she did it?
Yeah.
Because your ass is gone.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm saying if something like that happened.
Like, you don't like what she said.
Yeah,
you
I
find
think
it, like...
I found it repugnant. I do.
But like-
because, I mean, that's something you should say to your man in private.
Yeah, you
'Cause-
feel like it takes the wind out of his sails a certain amount.
I mean, nothing he said was bad.
None of it required her to make excuses.
He
Right,
was,
yeah.
The way, if you watched it, I
It's
watched
not like he was
a
like, "Here,
portion
let's
of the
suck
rally.
Satan's dick."
Yeah,
It wasn't like he
Because
said
everybody
anything like
was clapping. And he's like, everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. I mean, I'm not trying to silence your voice. I just need you to listen to. And they just like,
That's
and he was
fine.
wearing a bulletproof vest.
He was, yeah.
Like
Not a bad idea.
Come
But
on.
Speaking of someone that like
Yeah, Black Lives Matter,
regularly,
bro.
Get out of here.
regularly has manic episodes, she's probably a little bit embarrassed that like, oh, he was talking so reasonably, and then he gets in front of the camera and he's so manic.
Fish dick.
I remember his first super outbreak when that was with Taylor Swift and taking the microphone to announce that Beyonce had a better album.
So cringy.
Oh my god, that was.
And then he was on his way to do it to Beck, and Beck's like, come on, come do it,
Yeah,
come do
come on,
it.
dude.
And he turned around, and then he's gonna come back and do it. And then he's like, no. And then he went back and sat down.
But to Kanye's credit, the next day, he went public and said, "Hey, I just listened to the entire Beck album, and though it's not my kind of music, I didn't know that he did all of the composition. He does everything." He says that man deserved to win that award.
Yeah, that was really
So
cool. Kanye
he
to
was
do that.
he was able to at least be a
For
man
sure.
and own up to it. But what all I'm saying is
good old yay.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying is if you marry
Good
a
old
dude,
yay.
you know everything about that dude and what that dude's
Well,
gonna
you
do.
should.
You should, right? So I would just assume, it's that line, bro. We talk about that all the time, dude. There's this line that if you cross it, there's this. You got to do something. You got to end
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for Harry and Meghan Markle. There's got to be a line somewhere. She's stepped all over this dude. There's got to be a line. There's got to be one thing that he's finally like, no, I can't tolerate that.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it as much that way because I feel like there's a dynamic here where she's kind of balancing him out, and he
Maybe.
might really depend on her. With bipolar like he's got, and when you like roll with
Kanye?
it instead of just and you roll with it rather than squish it with meds, you can do to whatever level you want to. No
She should've-
judgment
you
either
know what
way.
she should have done?
But
She
she's
should've
got to
done
babysit him a certain
She
amount.
should have done a press conference also wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yes.
That was see-through,
Yeah.
preferably.
Yeah.
I'm
Because she is attractive.
I'm feeling like I really like that combo because my problems with Kanye are things that like she really balances out.
I like
just wanna know-
like Kanye and Kim way more than I like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z
But they're
is
best friends.
one of the ugliest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, he
You
is.
think?
He is a gnarly looking
ugly,
dude.
ugly man.
Maybe it's the face because I thought his body was like tight. Word.
I've never
It's like a-
I've never checked out his body.
tough.
The music videos normally concentrate on the face.
No, his like shoulders though.
Oh, the shoulders get you?
Yeah, he's like a brick wall with arms.
Oh. You like that?
It's not get me as much as I'm like, gotta tip my hat to that. Gotta tip my hat and lick my lips.
I like it. I like it.
You're saying there is education, forethought, and wisdom involving Kim Kardashian? Look,
Modern
she's worth,
Kim Kardashian.
She's
that's the
worth
thing.
a gajillion
You know what?
dollars at this
She's-
point, so she's doing something right.
We kind of saw her grow up, I feel like, and now she's just humanitarian
All
and
she
getting
did
people
was
out of
she got
jail that are
involved with the
wrongly.
Pussycat
we
Dolls
get to
for a
see-
minute.
We got to see what
and her
she
mom was
wanted
involved.
us to see her as she grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, all that's
That's
scripted.
true.
It's all scripted. It's all put together.
For sure.
live drama, but they talk about it. They have rehearsals. Did you know that? So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course.
I-
That show is completely produced.
What she's been doing to
got friends
get
in the biz.
wrongfully in jail people out of jail, especially with how corrupt and corporate, like for-profit prison situation we have, that's like I'm really into that.
Yeah. No,
Just for the record.
Yeah, I don't think prisons. Yeah. So what else you got?
News.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Before we do that, might as well pay some ducats.
All right.
Let's go and pay some ducats. When we do that, when we come back,
Wait, pay ducats?
we gotta pay them ducats.
What's a ducat?
Them dollars.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever heard the word ducat before.
Really? Yeah. I gotta make them
yeah.
ducats. Gotta make it
Whoa.
ducat, man. Make it rain some ducats, son.
Is that like onomatopoeia? Is that what it goes ducat, ducat, ducat?
Did
Sounds
you
it, exactly.
know that the ass gaskets that people use in the restroom stalls, they normally use it backwards?
Ass gaskets. Okay, you're talking about I was like, do I not know English today?
What's the proper word for an ass gasket?
No, that's fine. I just had to think
a
about
fart tube?
I mean, it's the paper you put down on the toilet, but it's an ass gasket.
I didn't know
Oh, the
people still
lobster
use
bibs.
those.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lobster bibs.
I thought people just
Did you-
hovered nowadays.
Did
or
you
wiped
know?
It down.
Yeah.
Well, I use 3 because I put one in.
Strong quads,
I
baby.
wipe the seat down,
Oh,
and
no, I don't
sometimes I'll
want-
go to the sink and get some
Boys
soap.
are nasty.
Let's
I
pay
don't
some
want to.
bills.
I don't want to sit in nobody's pee
Yeah.
pee.
Let's pay
No,
some
I'll
bills.
soap it off from
We're
the
gonna
sink
get back
soap.
with some
It's
news,
what
and
the-
we're gonna talk a little bit
must
about
be what the chicks
sugar-free
go
gummy
through.
bears. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Chicks must hate sitting in pee.
Ever notice how sometimes classic rock isn't classic? Classic is supposed to mean the artist has been around for a while and done a thing or two. Welcome to High Quality Rock, the undisputed best artists and songs in rock and roll history with no posers and no slog. Only the best of the best rock music with pedigree that didn't come out of a comic book. Great music 24/7, excellent programs all week and every weekend. It's basically the only rock music station you need, and it's at highqualityrock.com, now included with the free Radio Vegas Rocks app.
Listen up, the soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap.
To subscribe to Dr. Squatch, visit RadioVegas.rocks and click on the banner.
Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men.
You guys love tacos?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, right? Yeah.
tacos.
I
That's
don't
my
care.
spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are, or we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes, whatever, man. But since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinche's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at RadioVegas.rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 fucking locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinche's Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.rocks app.
All right. So that's whoo. Man.
Disposable cowboy hat?
2 clueless dudes.
Oh yeah, we should tell people what the name of the show is
I was
if they're
gonna
coming
give you
back.
guys some chocolate to put in your mouth, but I couldn't even finish one piece. Worse than the Pacquiao and Death Nut by a factor of 10 easily. Whoa.
Is that the Duffster?
You can chat with us live too.
Show him what we got.
You can chat either on the RadioVegas.rocks app, which will play in the background while
We
you
may
do
or
other
may not
stuff.
get to these
All right.
These are haunted ghost pepper chips, or you could go to
Jeff,
twocluelessdudes.com and chat
We're going
with
to
us
try
live.
this. I'm going to do like one chip, and then Sunday you can have the rest of the bag.
Man, those look good. I wish I could have one.
Oh, you can. And just wait a minute.
No, I mean like I can't
and we all
physically
will.
have one.
Okay. So now that we're back, let's go ahead and get into some news. I think you seem to have a news story you wanted to do right now.
Oh, you want me to go first?
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes. It's news, motherfucker.
All right. So I got this story, and it cracked me up.
Those are literally fire. We're going to try them out.
This guy got into a little bit of trouble with a bird.
Bird. Oh, yeah, I know the story.
Okay. So there was a fight between a man and nature because it took its turn recently when a man decided to bite a seagull that had the galls to try and steal his McDonald's meal.
Oh, man.
Oh.
The incident occurred in Plymouth, England, right in front of police officers who arrested the man instead of the seagull who clearly initiated this. According to Plymouth Live, the police spokesperson said about the man, he sunk his teeth into it before throwing it to the floor. Officers said they had seen the incident and immediately went over and detained and took details from him. Around that time, the man volunteered the information that he was under the influence of drugs and it said that he should be taken to the hospital for treatment. The seagull was clearly injured by the incident but flew off before we were able to check on its welfare. We don't know what happened to it afterwards.
It had it coming.
It'll get better.
You guys, were you taught as a kid that if a bird lets you pet it, as much as you want to pet that cute bird, it's definitely sick if it's like gonna let you pet it,
Yeah, it's definitely
or
sick.
bite it or catch it or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely sick. But if they do that because they're saying I need your help.
Mm.
If they come up to you and they don't move, that means they're saying
Yeah.
I'm ready to receive help.
Yeah.
So if you see it, help them out, man.
Don't just pet it and then
That's true.
laugh.
Just pet it, laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grab it, nurture it, find out what's wrong
So
with it.
the poor guy wasn't aware that seagulls were protected by the law and harming them could lead to an arrest.
Weird.
In his defense, it was the seagull who started it, but it was unfortunate that he was arrested.
Ah, the old seagull defense.
Just in case you think
Yeah.
this story
Stand your
might
ground.
be a tall tale, the Charles Cross police team tweeted about the incident saying, "Yesterday we detained a man who attacked and injured a seagull in the city center. Love them or loathe them, seagulls are protected under the Wildlife Countryside Act of 1981.
Boom.
The blued flew away before we could check its welfare. The crime is under review."
We're going to drop it like it's hot.
Boom.
The thing is, you can't take justice into your own hands. I know the seagull was not cool to you, but
Yeah.
you got to
Do you know-
take him to court.
Do you guys know how to make babies?
Oh, yeah.
A couple ways.
Well, a married couple who waited some years for children didn't realize they needed to have sex.
Oh.
Well, that's not where I thought this was going.
Rachel Herson, 59, who has been a nurse and a health visitor for 40 plus years, revealed she once worked with a couple who didn't know how to make babies. Speaking ahead of the release of her book, Handle with Care, Confessions of an NHS Health Visitor, she told the Mirror they had been married for some years, but children hadn't come along. She deduced they didn't know how to make babies, and it was her job to ensure they did. She says they genuinely thought babies arrived by simply the act of being married and had no clue. Teaching someone about sex is quite a responsibility, but within a couple of visits, the pair couldn't keep their hands off each other.
Where was this?
This was UK.
Of course it was.
Some of the strangest stuff happens in England. I'm just going to be honest with you.
And Florida.
Florida.
Florida's one of them funny places.
The education.
We talked about the UFOs. So this was, and I was looking for the story. I dumb enough, I had it up here. The Pentagon to share UFO knowledge and vehicles found not of Earth. So they're getting ready to
who's got that
declassify a
headline?
whole bunch of stuff.
Wait, where's that headline from?
KEZJ.com.
All right.
It's Idaho, Southern Idaho's. It's where I just happened to find this one, but you can also find it on a lot of different news sites right now.
But the thing is, you not with the spin that the government's definitely going to release vehicles from other planets. That Idaho is going on a little bit more of a
In an
stretch
interview
on
with
that
a
headline.
CBS reporter, Senator Marco Rubio said that objects flying over bases that they just can't explain, and it needs to be looked into further.
Yeah, that doesn't mean for
He
sure
believes
not
the
from
Office
Earth.
of Naval Intelligence should release it publicly to try to get more information out there.
Definitely.
I think Space Force
Rubio
should take
stated,
care of it.
Rubio also stated that he does not like the term UFO. Rather than jumping to conclusion that it's extraterrestrial, they just want to get more information on what these flying objects could actually be.
Boom. Because we could be all distracted with like thinking about space aliens, and then some country might be doing stuff.
So it's interesting. It's interesting to see. Interesting to say what's going on. Space Force.
Yeah.
You know, Space Force already existed.
No, I didn't.
As part of the
did.
Air Force, right?
It was actually in every branch, and that was the problem.
Oh, okay.
So all Space Force was originally created to was to actually monitor and help all of the satellites in space communicate with one another.
Yeah.
But instead, each branch had their own division of it, and they were having a very hard time talking to each other. So all they did was formally make it just one branch division, in which they'll also start putting into protecting the assets that are already in space.
That's
and putting
major.
it on their shoulders. So I mean, it really
Yeah.
does need. We're at that point where it actually makes sense and needs to happen, if you ask me.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, the science community is all for a space force too, for the most part, with the intention of it being for protection and not offense.
Right. Well, exactly. And,
Like
and it's really
Star
it's more
Trek.
about
Which is what's
it's more
the
about
thing is.
management and protection.
For sure.
Yeah,
No one wants
absolutely.
to get junk up
Nobody
there.
ever
No.
saw Patrick Stewart going crazy, just attacking people for no reason.
No, but
it was
you
always
did see
defensive.
Patrick Swayze turn into a ghost.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
That makes me want to do pottery.
But yeah, right? Like right now.
I feel like
William Day, what up, buddy?
that's what should happen.
Okay, so
We
how
should
about
do
this?
pottery naked right now.
I'm gonna paint you a picture. You
Okay.
have twins.
No.
You wind up having twins. You name them, right?
Okay.
A mom, in also England, of course,
Of
UK.
course, the UK.
A mom has revealed her shock at finding out the adorable names she picked for her newborn twins sounds very unfortunate when said together. The woman, who is from Australia, my apologies, Australia, revealed that she thought she'd pick great names. She picked great names for her twins, one boy and one girl, until her friend told her, well, I'll just let you figure it out. She revealed that she'd named them Callum, which is a pretty common English name, Callum, you know.
Okay.
And the other one is Ari.
Culinary.
Calamari. Sounds a whole lot like a squid dish.
That's delightful. That's a feel-good one.
So she now has 2 kids, and they're named Calamari.
What if you say it backwards, or you say the other kid's name first? Mary Callig, or
Ari Column.
I can't.
Ali-
now I've messed
Ari-
it up.
Ari
My
Column.
brain doesn't work that way.
All right, we're gonna jump gears. We're not gonna finish the news right now. Everyone's going to enjoy
News break for diarrhea.
one of these Haribo.
Yeah. Oh, is this the sour kind?
They're
Oh.
sour kinds. Oh, they're
Yes, that's my favorite.
And we're gonna jump into this.
Yeah, these don't give you diarrhea if you don't eat like a quarter of a bag. Look, I noticed you got a smaller bag. They sell this kind in smaller bags now for that reason.
So here are some reviews.
Don't get too smacky now
He's
about
smacking
it.
in the
Yeah.
mic.
My friend hasn't been practicing social distancing during the pandemic, so I bought him a bag of these gummies for his birthday. It's now been 10 days since he left the house out of fear of pooping himself again. I'm not going to say Haribo sugar-free classic gummy bears are the cure for the coronavirus, but it certainly helps slow down the spread. So, how about this one? One of our beloved physicians brought a bag of gummy bears to work to share with the staff on one night shift. Not realizing they were the famous, dreaded sugar-free gummies, multiple staff throughout the shift grabbed a handful of gummies while passing by, and each have their own near-miss stories, but this is mine.
See, a handful. You're just not supposed to have like a handful is not enough. This is crazy. These people have These people double fisted.
The next morning, I have to run an errand in about an hour and a half from my house. On the drive down a curvy back road, my stomach suddenly begins to cramp, and I feel the immediate urge to empty my bowels. Frantic,
I've been there.
I
That
realize
sucks.
I'm not going to make it home. I start searching for a place to pull over. The end of a gated logging road, perhaps? I'm speeding along, arching my back, practicing Lamas breathing techniques. Lamas, excuse me. Breathing techniques. Lamas. Anything to stall the inevitable. I pass the first turnoff that has a sheriff's car parked at the end and keep searching, with sweat pouring down my forehead and bubbling noises in my gut that drown out the heavy metal on the stereo. Finally, I spot the end of a brushy trail and whip my truck sideways, thrusting the driver's side door open and leaping from my seat to scurry around the other side. I turn around with fingers in waistband to drop trowel and look up, to my horror realizing it is indeed the end of a driveway of the folks outside and staring down toward me, probably wondering what this crazy individual is about to do. For several moments, I seriously considered just completing the task. I seriously considered just completing the task and running away, but couldn't imagine my parents seeing the cell phone video of myself on social media later in the day.
No doubt.
I scurried back down the truck.
Well, it's not like they know whose name to tag.
Exactly. I scurried back around the truck, and halfway there, my ability to hold back the hot lava flow of liquid stool from making a hasty exit out of my spasming rectum was lost, and I crapped my pants right there on the side of the road, standing next to my truck. My bowels cramped up, and I expelled every drop of liquid from my body. At that point, I'm now standing there with leggings full of hot liquid stool running down into my shoes and debating what the next course of action should be. Of course, I have no extra clothes or any towels in my truck. What do? Do I call someone? Do I drive the remaining 20 minutes home? After a few moments of self-reflection, I decided to strip off my shirt, lay them on the seat of my truck, and get inside. It was a rather uncomfortable drive home.
Probably squishy.
With the windows all down and skin burning the back of my legs and buttocks.
Yeah.
It was one of the longest 20-minute periods of my life I've ever experienced. I alternated between crying and laughing at the situation and checking the speedometer.
I'd be mad.
Like a paranoid drunk thinking I can't possibly get pulled over right now. Because what would I say? Yes, officer, I crapped my pants. That's what the smell is. Tears streaming down my face, I finally arrive home, screeching to a halt in the driveway. In front of the automatic garage door I triggered, I was drifting the curve onto my road. Holding the bottom of my pant legs closed tight, I awkwardly staggered into my house and immediately into the shower fully clothed. Fast forward 3 weeks, and I'm at work hearing about other instances, and the light bulb went on. 35 years old, and I had to reset the clock for how long since you last crapped your pants countdown. Lesson learned. Make sure gummy bears are not the sugar-free version.
Or, like, moderate. That's another thing. Oh, it's sugar-free. That means infinite.
That's good stuff.
Paula! All right, here you go.
I love shit yourself stories. There's nothing better than shit yourself stories.
I weighed 189 pounds before I ate these. Now I'm a skeleton. I thought the things people said about sugar-free gummies were exaggerated. What a fool I was. I write this in hopes that the future generations will break the cycle and never have to live through what happened to me in the harrowing hours that were to come. That night I lay awake in bed, sweating, farting profusely, unable to sleep because I had to run to the bathroom every few minutes. The stench was incomparable to anything I had ever smelled before. It was like being anally raped in reverse. To pass the time, I read the article about Hiroshima and Nagasaki on Wikipedia. Perhaps I felt kinship with the victims of the attack because it was like a nuclear bomb had gone off in my bowels. If regular idea is fat man and little boy, The effect of these villainous bears on my anus was Zarbomba. At one point, I recalled Marlon Brando's monologue from Apocalypse Now. I suddenly understood everything. If I saw my worst enemy approaching a bowl of these, I would dive in front to save them from the horror that I experienced on that black day. Woe betide anyone who fails to heed my warnings. So, I've heard that people have crapped themselves, but
yeah.
I didn't realize that it was. I mean, it's a crapdemic.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have crapped themselves. I mean, think about it in the military. I mean, there's not a 7-Eleven you get to stop in. You know what I mean?
So this person says she only ate half of a 6-ounce bag. 6-ounce bag she picked up at CVS.
Well, it's not for everybody.
And she spent 24 hours in the fetal position on her bathroom, repeating, "Please God, why?" And she still doesn't have an answer.
So, in the missionary training center for when I became a Mormon missionary, there's so many kids taught abstinence rather than moderation. Like, don't do drugs rather than learn how to do drugs safely in moderation. That like a lot of them had never had unlimited access to orange juice, so they would drink like competitive amounts of orange juice.
Wow.
And get crazy diarrhea from it.
My brother ate a whole bag of cherries. Also give you awful diarrhea. He also ate a bar of X-Lax thinking it was chocolate.
Oh.
Yep. He did that too when he was a kid. Oh, this actually kind of reminds me. We're going to pause this. We were talking a little bit about cars. Right? And you had the story about running out of gas.
Yep.
Do tell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, when
Just
he
tell
was a
his
kid.
story for him.
Okay, let me tell it. All right. So when I was 16, I had a 1985 Oldsmobile Forenza. I was on my way to school. Oldsmobile Forenza.
Forenzo?
Forenza.
Oh, okay.
It basically looked like a giant box.
And it was my grandmother's car, and she was getting to the age of not being able to drive. So I was becoming the age of 16, so she gifted me her car. And I was on my way. We had open campus lunch. So I think I was at Pizza Hut or something like that, dining with, other students and whatnot. So I hopped in my car, and I had a half a tank of gas. And then I'm going up the top of the hill, and it dies. And all of a sudden, I look at the fuel gauge, and it's below E. I only had one thing to do. My mom worked, and my dad worked from home, so I had to call my dad. So my dad came and picked me up. Now, I don't mind, giving this information out. I was so effing mad that the fuel gauge had done this, and I was going to be late for school, and I was going to have to call and bother my dad, and it was going to be a big ordeal, and now he's going to have to write me a note, and I'm going to have to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get a tardy, everything else. I was so pissed off and furious that I cried.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
And my dad got there, and he was like, "Hey, cheer up. It's fine. It happens. We just need to get the gauge fixed." And I'm like, "I don't understand. It was at a half a, and now I don't have none, blah, blah, blah." And so he had to come bring me gas and put gas in. Then I had to go to the gas station, put more gas in, then get a note, and blah, 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 blah. It sucked.
So,
it absolutely sucked. I hated the car from then on out.
So this is
I had a
kind of
car
like
that did that.
Embarrassing car situation. So I'm going to give you mine. So mine actually wasn't in my car. Now, I've done some embarrassing things in my car, but it's definitely not the most embarrassing.
Yes, if our listeners and viewers have...
Yeah, if you remember season 1.
Yeah, I've done some...
We've got some great
We learned why
detail.
Mike, out of tradition, keeps extra underwear in his car.
Exactly. And I never locked my trunk. So...
That's a great thing to announce.
I know.
Well, now
he's got a boopy thing now, so don't even try
it.
it.
Doesn't matter now. But yeah, back when I had my Hyundai Accent, the Silver Bullet, it was a great car, power everything, manpower. So anyway, I actually
the
didn't
only
even have
silver
a car
bullet
at this
I know
point.
was not manpower.
I had a scooter. I had a scooter. I was just leaving Hobbytown. I was like 17, maybe 18. And I had my little scooter. I just left Hobbytown, my work. I was on my way to martial arts practice. And I'm going down I'm going down Jones. No, Rainbow. Going down Rainbow. And I look over and I see this car in the left-hand lane has died. And this lady's like, oh man, I don't know what to do. You know what? I was feeling really good about myself, right? I was like, man, I'm in the mood to do some good.
With
know what
my
I mean?
moped.
I just bought these new fantastic jeans. I was looking good. I had a nice looking butt going. I was like, man, this is my time to shine. So I pull over, I park, and I get out and I walk over. I'm like, hey, I'm here to. Now you have to understand, this lady needs to push her car from the left-hand lane, do a left turn, and then park it. I am like 75 pounds. So one, what the am I gonna do, right? I don't. So this other guy, a couple other dudes show up, right? And like, yeah, you know, we'll help you out.
men?
We'll help you out. Yeah, like dudes. So I'm like in the back, right? And I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, you know, I'm gonna help out. So we start pushing, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm helping, I'm feeling really good. And the guy looks at me and says, hey, look out for the transmission fluid. I go, huh? I fucking stepped right in it, completely. I held on to the back of the bumper, and they had to drag me all the way through the turn with me just hanging on to the back bumper, just sliding on the ground.
Because you couldn't like get up.
Yeah, because the transmission fluid was too slippery.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
all over my shoes and my pants. Dude, I just literally just slid. And then finally,
That would've
we
been
got there,
great.
They helped me get up, and I was like,
My new jeans.
This
damn
did
it.
not go how I went.
Fuck!
You know
Not a
what
good
I've
look.
learned?
Awful.
No good deed goes unpunished.
It's so true.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Man, that was probably the most embarrassing, but it was so funny. Like I couldn't help but like live up to that now and embrace that moment. So how about this one? Back to the sugar-free gummy bears. Bought these after reading reviews and decided to prank my cousin. It worked like a charm. After eating handfuls, he was on the toilet for days. He continued to eat them, not knowing they were the cause of his explosive diarrhea.
Oh my god.
Only when he finished the bag did I decide to reveal my secret.
Oh,
That's pretty dope.
foul.
That's... All right, we'll do a couple of these.
So Hank just handed me a card, but didn't explain it was part of a game or anything. And I just read it, and it felt like it was like a secret way to come on to me in the middle of the show.
It is.
Yeah.
Even though I have your phone number and your messenger
But
and
that's not the same as
everything else.
making it public, you know?
Oh.
Declaring it in front of the world.
I declare that I handed you a confession card.
Yeah. Oh, I get what's going on now.
Okay. So now you confess what's on the card.
My card says I once flirted, and yeah. I had like a weird flirting addiction for a long time.
Did
Or
you?
just like would just anything like Checkers, whatever. It's just like
Checkers? You mean the fast food restaurant?
oh yeah, the people, the grocery people and stuff.
Oh, those.
No,
type
just
of-
like say flirty stuff to everybody. It was foul.
It's built into me.
Yeah, I feel like it was built into me too, and I had to like learn to tame it.
Yeah. What's your saying?
All right. My confession is I once fell asleep. I once fell
Every
asleep.
fucking time you watch something.
It's so true. You get me about 3 episodes deep on Netflix, and I'm.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of like that too. Every 2-3 episodes, I gotta get up and walk around, do some stuff, and then come back.
No, that's not what our fans want to hear.
Right.
Our fans want to hear the good stuff. I once fell asleep while I was a security manager on duty at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas.
Nice. Nice.
That sounds peaceful. I would sleep at work.
While managing like 45, 50 people.
I love jobs where there's a point when you can sleep for part of it, and it's
Oh
okay.
no, there's no point.
Not that it was like that's one of those, but like
the point will get you out of there.
like when I was delivery driving and it was
Pam
like slow, I
Espinosa
could
says
just sleep.
once?
Take a car
Pamela,
nap.
shut up. Pamela used to work at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas as well. There is at least 2 pictures that I know of me being completely out at work. Yeah.
I would set up
Rastas, what up, buddy?
Truth.
I
True
would
story.
what up, William? I would set up like road cases and packing foam for big TVs and speakers that I was setting up for trade shows with this company, and there'd be
just
all this
chill out.
downtime. Yeah, so I'd make like a nook out of road cases and foam, and
I think that
nap
was
in it.
my problem is there was no downtime, and we were doing like 14 to 16 hour shifts.
Yeah, I'm gonna nap. Forget
So
you.
mine's tough. Mine says I'm obsessed with,
Oh my God.
and I don't.
Can I answer? I
Yeah,
already
yeah.
know.
I've
You're,
got
you're
some for you.
obsessed with the gym.
I'm obsessed with working out. Yeah,
Also, little figurines and painting them just right.
I do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Warcade
definitely-
40K.
I'm obsessed with perfection.
Warhammer 40K.
Yeah. I have to paint them, and they have to be perfect, or else I flip out.
Or doesn't you
And
bug
break
you?
them.
Yeah.
You could be in the other room and you're just thinking about it.
Sugar-free diarrhea all over them.
You know how serious he takes these? He buys airbrush stuff. He airbrushes
I do.
these little
And-
things.
He's shy about it, but a lot of people are into
I do.
that.
Oh yeah.
That's, yeah.
Did you know Henry Cavill? He plays Warhammer 40K,
That's dope.
and he paints.
But the thing is, it's more than playing the game. It's like
It's
how I'll
Oh,
dote
it's-
over my gear and open my gear and rewire it and stuff way more than I'll play music with it.
Right. Exactly. It's like it's all about like I don't like to build them, so you
Yeah.
have to build them from scratch. I don't like to build them, so I make my brother do that.
Uh-huh.
But I love to paint them.
Yeah.
So and one miniature for me, like my brother, he can paint a miniature in a couple of hours, but for me, that could be 3-4 days.
It's like the classic person that spends more time with the car that's in the garage than the car that can drive anywhere.
It's actually very difficult. He gave me the opportunity to
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it.
to paint some, and man, I've break the
So,
pieces.
There's a lot of
or-
technique too with bracing your hand,
Oh,
I'd imagine.
yes, there is.
Because like my hands,
There's all kinds of different techniques.
my hands are always shaky from asthma medicine. So to solder, I'll use two hands or brace my fingers different ways. So I got like technique.
So we're gonna stay to the UK. Here's an interesting news story. I'm not gonna get into it in too much detail because I really think this says it all. Plans for a floating hotel in Swansea on hold after boat sinks.
That makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a good reason to not.
if the hotel sinks, you can't open it.
Yeah. Unless you're going to call it the Atlantis, but I don't know how you're going to get to the front door.
There you can see it's literally just the
Oh.
butt end sticking out.
I gotta put this paddle steamer in.
Paddle steamer sounds like something
Where is
completely
that?
different.
This is called plans for a floating hotel. Wales Online. This came from the UK. Rastas.
Oh, these pictures are
in
great.
Toronto, not
Here we
Nova
go.
Scotia.
Not Nova Scotia for the first time in
This looks
months.
so
I
cool.
know.
Have you guys ever seen pictures of like liners, like ocean liners that have like fallen over?
I've seen
It's only
pictures of
happened a couple
panty
times.
I tell you what, I've been on a naval ship with 40-foot swells, and that's just about as scary as it gets.
This look.
I think he's just talking about what's coming from the sailor's pants.
Yeah, the CHT.
No, don't watch me over here. You keep trucking.
We got.
You guys can watch me
Oh.
not spell
I've just-
capsize properly.
I've just been informed that Crush, one of our turtles, has escaped his enclosure and is lost somewhere in the yard.
So everyone keep a lookout.
They are currently we're on Delta Pattern Alpha,
DEFCON
Squadron Red.
DEFCON 14.
threat level midnight. Trying
This
to
is
find.
going to get the SEAL Team 6.
Should we
Killed
have
now.
a Bob Thornton break to deal with turtle hunting?
We'll just go into a
Oh
Reddit
yeah, let's do that.
revenge.
Let's play some bills. It's 6:30. Let's play some bills really quick.
Let's
When
get
we
a
come
quick one.
back, we are going to get into some Reddit revenge, and we're also getting into some of the greatest ensembles in movie history.
Hey, Chuck.
Oh, hey, Mike. So listen, the gang is hitting the bar after work. You want to come with us?
No can do, bro. The wife is picking me up and we're gonna hike up the Devil's Rectum.
You gotta be kidding me. By the time you get all the way home and change, you'll never make it up there in time.
I don't have to go home. I'm just gonna wear what I have on.
You can't hike up the Devil's Rectum in khakis.
These aren't khakis, they're 5'11s.
It don't matter how tall you are, you still can't hike up the Devil's Rectum in khaki pants, you moron.
These are 5'11 pants. You know, 5'11 tactical.
They don't make khakis. They make stuff for cops and firefighters in the military.
And everybody else. Check it out.
Holy crap. I had no idea they made all this stuff.
It's all there at 511tactical.com. You know my motto.
You have a motto?
Play hard and look good doing it.
Okay, that's just stupid.
It's not stupid.
It's stupid.
You're stupid.
511 Tactical. Play hard and look good doing it.
High quality rock is on the air. It used to be LV Classic Rock, but truth is, we outgrew and outlasted the classic rock format with the time-tested best rock and roll artists and songs ever. Only the highest quality rock, the music you've loved for years and years, and a great lineup of shows and personalities. Jeff Dorset, Gary Jackson, Crazy J, Tom Seaborn, Will Meadows, and even Dr. Duck's Guitar Prescription. Better than classic rock, it's high quality rock at highqualityrock.com. Take high quality rock with you using the free Radio Vegas Rocks app.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.rocks app.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes with Mad Mike and the Hank.
Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. We are Mad Mike and the Hank.
And no worry, the turtle was found.
Yes, the turtle. It's actually not a turtle, it's a tortoise.
A tortie.
And
a tortellini.
if Jay hears you call the tortoise a turtle, he's going to make you listen to the song.
But this one is a turtle, right?
No,
it's a tortoise. It's a desert tortoise.
It's a tortoise
Both
too?
of them are desert tortoise.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm an uncle of so many things, bro. I'm an uncle of 3 bunnies. Four bunnies, 2 pigeons.
Yep.
3 dogs.
Yep.
Me.
And 2 turtles.
And 2 tortoise.
You're my uncle
Tortai.
too.
Yeah.
Me, I'm uncle.
Yay,
I'm a
uncle.
nephew.
I mean, I'm not worth a damn, but what can I say? All right, let's go to Reddit Revenge. This one's gonna be funny.
And now,
All right, so everybody likes a good practical joke. At least I do. This week's story, the terribly timed prank. Starts out like this. I'd gone to bed the night before knowing I'd planned everything right. The lady who applied my temporary tattoo told me by morning it would be dark enough to fool anybody into thinking it was real. The next day, as my wife began getting ready for work, I strategically moved my arm so that my fake tattoo of birds in flight would be visible. A couple of seconds went by and then, success. She spotted it. "What's that?" she asked apprehensively. "Oh, this? I was meaning to tell you. I got this a couple of..." She interrupts. "You didn't." As we talked, the panic in her voice grew, and I wondered whether to continue. The wise move was to come clean. "Yeah, I did. I got the tattoo on Wednesday." At that point, my trick really backfired. My poor partner, who happened to be 6 months pregnant and had been having a stressful morning, began crying silently. Tearfully, she said, "I can't believe you didn't talk to me about it. We talked to each other about everything." There's nothing quite
Shit,
like...
now he's got to go get the tattoo.
There's nothing quite like the guilt of making your stressed out pregnant wife cry. I felt terrible. I rushed to explain that it was fake, and I'd been planning the prank for days. This made her more upset. Why she wondered, didn't I just back down after witnessing her in shock? In the end, I learned that when it comes to pranks, context is everything.
Yeah.
A couple of days later, I went to visit my mother. I rolled up my sleeves and turned my arm around slowly. "What's that?" she asked apprehensively. "Oh, this?" You know, the first time my mom saw my tattoo, I think she started crying. And she's like, "I did not make you so you can tear up and abuse and mess up your body."
I have no tattoos.
I know.
You have tattoos?
Nope.
No, I'm tattooed.
It hurt. I heard that it hurts.
Some of them hurt pretty effing bad.
I
Yeah,
am not into that.
I've got 5.
My favorite is your tramp stamp.
Yeah, it's
Hilarious.
Just,
All right.
just like on the Cars movie,
So we're going to go ahead and get into
the Tribal Stripe.
Travel
the
stripe.
most, the greatest ensembles to ever, cast to be in a movie.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm gonna start off at
Juicy.
21 because I feel like 21 should definitely be much higher.
Okay,
Platoon.
it's okay.
Well, you can understand it's got Johnny Depp,
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, and Willem Dafoe. That's a really good cast. 1986.
Actually, the other Sheen's in there. The father, right? Didn't he?
Charlie Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Shiny Sheen.
Shiny Sheen.
Is it?
Sheeny Sheen? I don't think so. Okay, so
Mr.
this
Clean.
one. Let me tell me if you can figure out what movie this is.
Okay.
It was released in 1987, directed by Rob Reiner. It starred Billy Crystal, Robin Wright, and Andre the Giant. It was a romantic comedy fantasy adventure film
Wasn't this the
adapted
Yeah.
by William Goldman
It's-
from the 1973 novel of the same name.
Andre the Giant played in Princess Diaries?
Oh, no. Awful.
What is it?
You're close, but way off.
Close, but way off. I'm so happy that I can be there.
It's The Princess Bride.
Oh, The Princess Bride. Yeah, yeah.
The Princess Diaries is a very different movie.
Oh, yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Okay, coming in at number 19. This was released in 1990 by Martin Scorsese. It starred Robert De Niro, Samuel L. Jackson, and Joe Pesci. Fantastic cast. It's a film adaptation of the 1986 non-fiction book Wise Guy by Nicholas Pileggi, who co-wrote the screenplay with Scorsese.
I'm not familiar with Samuel L. Jackson being in a gangster movie.
He got the motherfucking snakes off that motherfucking plane.
I didn't watch Airplanes or Snakes on Airplanes or whatever it's called.
Snakes on a plane?
The same thing.
Good-
Princess Diaries.
Goodfellas.
No, he wasn't in Goodfellas.
Robert De Niro, Samuel L. Jackson, and Joe
What
Pesci.
did Samuel L. Jackson do?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the
He was a drug guy. He with the shotgun behind a door.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I think.
Number 18, another very interesting cast.
But I'm disappointed. I should have got that.
1982, directed by Amy Heckerling, starring Nicolas Cage,
Oh.
Sean Penn, and Jennifer
Sean
Jason Leigh. This movie was 1982 American coming-of-age teen comedy film, adapted from his 1981 book of the same name.
The only
written
Sean
by Cameron
Penn
Crowe.
movie that I ever cared for, so obviously I don't have the answer, but the only one that I ever gave a damn
Oh, he was
about
the truck driver.
was the one where Sean Penn and Robert De Niro played We're No Angels, and they played as priests.
Well, Nick Cage,
They break out of jail.
Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, together they were in the movie called Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I didn't watch that.
It's a little bit before your
Really?
time.
Yeah, no.
I thought that was like a rite of passage. You've got to see it.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
watch it with them.
Saved by
You
the
should.
Bell is a rite of passage. You become a man after they go to college.
So here's another very interesting movie, directed by
Worthy.
Francis Ford Coppola. Released in 1983, starring Tom Cruise,
Okay.
Nicolas Cage,
Tom Cruise and Nicolas Cage.
and Diane Lane. It was an American drama film directed by Francis Ford Coppola, an adaptation of the novel by the same name by S.E. Hilton. The film was released on March 25th, 1983.
1983, Nicolas Cage.
Fast Times, yeah, he got it. You got it. I know we got a little bit of lag.
Well, that's built in. Like when you broadcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Especially the video streams. There's a buffer.
Gotta have a little bit of lag.
Gotta have a little lag.
I
So-
got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Yeah. What is this movie?
Nicolas Cage and Tom Cruise. I didn't know that they
Didn't-
cooperated.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. The Outsiders.
No.
Oh, I read the book. I thought I recognized that title.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we had to see this in high school where I went because we read the book too.
Coming in at number 16.
Number 16.
This movie stars Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh.
Chris Evans, and Mark Ruffalo.
Oh,
Ruffalo?
Ruffy.
Directed, released in 2012. Directed by Joss Whedon.
Jaws Wheaton.
No, I don't know. Karate Kid.
Released in 2012.
Oh, I thought we were in
Downey
the 80s.
Jr.
2012.
Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, well, that's going to be Iron Man.
No. Robert Downey Jr.
Right,
Chris
is
Evans,
Iron Man. Chris Evans is Captain America.
and Mark Ruffalo.
And he's Hulk. So
No,
it's a
listen.
Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
but
doesn't
you
mean
said
it's
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man. No, it's
It's not Iron Man.
it's one of the
Is it
Avengers.
Yes, there
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
one of it's one of the Avengers movies.
The first Avengers movie.
Oh, it's the
Avengers.
first Avengers movie.
The Avengers.
That was a great cast.
Dude, it really was.
Yeah. Dope.
Okay, coming in at number 15,
Number 15.
starring Harrison Ford,
Harrison Ford.
Carrie Fisher,
Carrie Fisher.
and Mark Hamill.
Okay, that's Star Trek.
Nope.
Or Star Wars. Trust me.
That's interesting that they would
Star
rank.
Wars.
Okay, it
15.
was a good cast ensemble, but it's funny because it's not like what I think of as far as cast ensembles because it was mostly unknown actors.
At the time, right.
Yeah.
At the time,
It
yeah.
kind of became this.
You know what's a
powerhouse.
sleeper in this category that I guarantee isn't in it but should be is Grandma's Boy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Such a great ensemble of people that were so good in other stuff that you don't see together any other movie.
So this is one that I have to say should be higher in my book.
Okay.
It was released in 1960.
Oh, Jesus.
The Duffster got it, The Avengers. It was released in 1960, directed by John Sturges, starring Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, and James Coburn. It was a American Western film directed by John Sturges and also starring Yul Brynner.
I think my parents were like 5.
Yeah, my mom was 1.
And it was a remake of an Akira Kurosawa film.
I give you 10 points just for saying that.
Ewok's Christmas special.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of this movie, and I peeped.
What? You've never heard of this movie? I know the Dusters. Got to know this one.
Oh wait, no, I read it wrong. I have heard of it at least.
To me, it's one of the best westerns ever made.
That would be Tombstone.
I said it's one of the best. I think it's also easily one of the most rewatchable. I agree, and overall, I think it's a masterpiece. The Magnificent Seven.
Interesting.
You've never seen that, huh? It's based off of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, which is
Huh.
also it's very long, but a fantastic movie.
Oh,
That'd be cool to see.
It's basically about these 7 very different individuals who come to the aid of a town who's basically being onset by, bandits, and they do everything in their power to protect the town.
is there like hijinks like Home Alone? They lay traps and stuff.
They do all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, it's a really good. It's a heroic last stand type movie.
I know.
Very 300-ish.
Sounds beautiful.
All right, this is one I don't really think.
But
it
they
should
have
be that
remade
high.
it. Wasn't that Kurt Russell's new movie? Magnificent Seven or whatever?
No, that was was it like Diabolic 8 or something?
Yeah, I don't
You guys
know.
know, I forget what it was, but yes.
Fancy 5.
That's okay. We're clueless dudes anyway, so it doesn't matter if we
Yeah.
don't know what we're talking about. So go ahead.
So this is one I don't really think
Disclaimer.
this should even be on here. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that's our disclaimer.
Yeah.
3/4 of our shit may be wrong. It's fine. We're clueless.
Okay, so this was
Allegedly.
released in 1980. It took 3 different people, Jerry Zucker, Jim Abrahams, and David Zucker, to actually produce this film, starring Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Leslie Nielsen, and Ethel Merman, which actually isn't a bad cast, but I just find it weird that it's this high.
Oh,
What year is this?
1980, a satirical disaster comedy film directed and written by David Zucker.
I was gonna guess Airplane when you said.
I was going to
Leslie
say
Nielsen.
Airplanes too.
Yeah.
Duff says it's his number 2 favorite Western of all time.
Nice.
So yeah, that's Airplane. Airplane's a good
Yeah.
movie, really funny.
What other disaster
Slapstick.
comedies in that era?
There was like a big thing at the time, yeah.
Comedies about disaster? I didn't realize.
Okay, so coming in at number 12, released in 2008, directed by Christopher Nolan. This movie stars Christian Bale, Michael Caine, and Heath Ledger.
That's
That's
Batman.
Dark Knight, right?
Dark Knight.
Yeah, and I actually have
Wow,
to
I
agree.
got one.
I think that was one of the. I think
Great
that was definitely
ensemble.
one of a great cast, great ensemble. I thought the movie was way too long. But
Did you really?
Oh my God, yes. They could have cut out easily a good 30 minutes of that movie, and nobody would have fucking
I
noticed.
guarantee 30 more minutes was cut out before Heath Ledger died.
Probably.
I guarantee they lengthened it.
So this is a movie I actually can say on this list I have not seen.
Okay.
It was released in 1957 by Sidney Lumet, starring Henry Fonda, Jack Klugman, and Lee J. Cobb. An American drama film adapted from a teleplay of the same name by Reginald Rose.
Teleplay, so from TV to the silver screen.
Well, you got me.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a movie I've seen. It was called 12 Angry Men.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard of it.
So it's coming in at number 11.
I've seen 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt.
So this is one where I think that it was a decent cast, but I'm going to be one of the few people that are going to say this, but I absolutely was disgusted with this movie.
Okay.
It's a remake.
Free Willy.
It's a remake of a 2002 Hong Kong film called Infernal Affairs, which is amazing. I mean, mind-blowingly awesome Infernal Affairs. Mind-blowingly awesome. But then in 2006, Martin Scorsese got his nasty little hands on it.
No.
Yo, he got it. He got it.
I'd never heard of this movie. We got it. Winner in the chat.
We do. Way to go, Duffster. This stars Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
Jack Nicholson, Alec Baldwin, and I think Mark Wahlberg's in it as well.
Go ahead and reveal it for the radio people.
So it is The Departed.
Great movie.
Hated it.
You never
Awful.
be a fucking statey.
My problem with the movie is it's supposed to be a remake of Infernal Affairs. It's nothing like it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 12 Angry Men.
No.
That was the guess that...
Oh, yeah, 12 Angry Men.
It's
the
on
Duffster
there,
got
and
it.
the guess happened, and... Okay, go on.
But The Departed, I hated it.
was a
I
great
felt like
movie.
what they did was they turned it into everybody's angry and everybody's shooting and everybody's violent, and that's not the
never
movie.
be a trooper.
The entire plot and the twist that's supposed to happen, doesn't even exist in The Departed. I hated it. I hated
What are you having? Cranberry. You on your period?
Yeah, and I hated that too.
Great movie.
I hated it.
Great movie.
But this thing is, you haven't seen Infernal Affairs.
No, I have not.
But probably it'll be the opposite. You'll watch Infernal Affairs, but that was a shitty movie, so who knows? I guess it could depend on what you see first. But yeah, The Departed, not a fan. I'm
sorry
first
to hear
admit
that.
it. I know people love it, but hey, not a fan. All right, this is a movie I think could easily be much higher on the list. It came out in 1994, directed by Frank Darabont. It's a 1994 American drama film written and directed by Frank Darabont, starring Tim Robbins, Rita Hayworth,
Spooky Tim Robbins,
and Morgan Freeman.
This is Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. On the map. Shawshank Redemption, to me,
That was a good movie.
Probably one of my favorite redemptions.
It's a staple. I think every child needs to watch this movie when they're like 3. Okay. This is why you don't go to jail, kids. Okay, so here's one that is a pretty interesting.
But if you are going to go to jail, make friends with the warden and do his taxes and steal as much as you can.
So this is one that was done in 1994. This is number 8. Directed by Bryan Singer. Actually, I think this is his first big direction movie, too. It's a German-American neo-noir crime thriller film directed by Bryan Singer and written by Christopher McQuarrie. It stars Stephen Baldwin, Gabriel Byrne, Benicio del Toro, and Kevin Spacey.
I peeped on this one, but I wouldn't have got it.
It's known as being a good psychological thriller.
It's a popular movie, though.
Yeah. And the movie that kind of got Bryan Singer on the map. Bryan Singer, for those who don't know, he went on to direct the X-Men franchise, which I
hate.
Yeah, I found them to be awful, to be honest. I loved it because I'm a big Marvel fan. I love the X-Men, so I watched them, but gosh, they were awful. All right, so it was The Usual Suspects. The Usual Suspects.
Never heard of it.
No? Coming in at number 7 in 2003, directed by Peter Jackson, starring Kate Blanchett, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler, and Elijah Wood.
Oh, this is so easy. I'm not going to give it away. I'll give you guys a second.
An epic fantasy drama film.
Come on, Hank.
I don't got it.
This is like the easiest one.
And this was based mostly off of the third.
Obviously, this is Titanic.
Oh,
Did you say Kate Winslet?
Duster didn't know The Usual Suspects. How funny. So what did I say? Kate Blanchett, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, fantasy.
Liv Tyler wasn't in Titanic.
No.
No, I was Titanic.
Elijah
was
Wood.
You like obviously this is Titanic.
Sean Astin, Viggo Mortensen.
Elijah Wood.
Fantastic.
So this is
Great cast.
Lord of the
So
Rings.
what's the, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Yes, The Return of the King, more specifically.
Yeah.
We're getting close to the end.
We're getting close to the
might
end.
have to chug.
All right, Ocean's 11.
You just said the movie right
yeah.
off.
Good job.
That came out in 2011. Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, George Clooney. I think that was a really good
That
cast.
would have been a
Fantastic
fun one to
movie.
guess. That's one of my favorite
Number
movies.
6, yeah. All right, so number 5, I'm not going to say out. This
Yeah.
was released in 1992. Now, I had friends who were absolutely obsessed with this movie. And
Fight
I'm
Club.
here to tell
Just
you,
sorry.
I'm here to tell you it was meh to me. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino in his directing debut in 1992.
That's kind of how
What's
I
this
feel
cast?
about this.
What's this ensemble?
Quentin Tarantino, Steve Buscemi, Tim Roth.
I don't know.
Is
I'm
this
not. I don't.
the with
I don't
skinny
like-
ties? The black skinny ties?
Black Skinny Ties.
Quentin-
It's an
Reservoir
ensemble,
Dogs.
yes, ensemble crime film that depicts the events before and after a botched diamond heist.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. I
Oh.
mean, it was a kind of a cool movie, but
Not really.
I also felt like it was
I don't like-
pointless.
I don't
felt
like
like it was
him.
pointless.
I
That
don't-
was
I
the problem.
like
I
Quentin
didn't
Tarantino.
like. I was
I don't
really
like any of
mad
his
about it too,
movies.
but my friends were really into it.
I don't like
I was
his.
with that.
Well,
I
the
don't
thing
like
is,
him as a celebrity. I don't like
the
him as a
cinematography was really
actor.
good, and that's what my friends were tripping out on.
His writing is poo poo.
Okay,
I don't
so
know. No, there's some Quentin Tarantino writing. I think is
I
really
need
cool.
somebody to verify this for
All right,
me after we
let's do
release the
this.
name because I don't think this is accurate.
Okay.
But maybe I missed something. In 1998, Steven Spielberg released a movie starring Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
Matt Damon, and Vin Diesel. I think they got confused there. I think Barry Pepper's in it.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Nice.
Is Vin Diesel in Saving Private
Yes,
Ryan?
he is. He gets shot trying to hold the little girl because the parents want the army, the airborne rangers, to take the little girl, and there's a sniper that shoots Vin Diesel.
Oh, so he was
Dumb fuck.
Oh,
He
how
messed
funny.
up.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Really quick before the episode ends,
Yes.
I have to apologize because I don't really own a Tushy. I just really want them as a sponsor so bad.
Tushy,
And
Tushy, Tushy.
That's actually an FCC violation if I don't apologize. So
So I'm just going to quickly go through the top 3. Number 3 is The Godfather, Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall. Not a bad cast. I think it was pretty good. Next is The Breakfast Club, which I don't.
yeah,
I don't know. That's
I
an
love
interesting.
that movie.
Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez. I mean, it definitely has a really good. Paul Gleason, John Hughes. Good cast.
Well, you,
We got-
you need
we got
stuff like
time.
that as a teenager
We
to
got-
like understand your feelings are
We got
not
time to guess the second two.
weird.
Well, let's guess the last one, which I think is going to be easy,
Okay.
and I don't think I necessarily agree with, but it's actually a pretty good cast. Directed by Quentin Tarantino and released in 1994.
Oh, I accidentally peeped.
John Travolta, Bruce Willis, Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you could say
Tarantino.
Tarantino and Uma Thurman in just about every Tarantino movie.
I would say this is my Tarantino movie, like the one I feel like is
This
for
is
me.
Kill Bill.
Nah.
No, John
Oh.
Travolta was not in Kill Bill.
Pulp Fiction then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction is listed as number 1 ensemble movie. I don't know that I would necessarily agree with that.
I definitely don't agree with
Great
that.
ensemble, but
It's
number
like the
one?
only Quentin Tarantino movie that I do like though. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
That's it.
Django Unchained.
I'm
is
kind
my
of like that too.
I do not like Django Unchained.
I like
I don't
it.
like anything about it. I
Loved
think everything about the movie was terrible.
Oh, I thought it was dope.
The language was too much for me.
It's Quentin Tarantino.
I don't like it.
It's like that in every movie.
Yeah, he
I
goes
ain't
too
gotta
hard to the
listen to
paint for me, but I
he
respect him.
he goes way too deep in the language for me.
Ah,
I can't F with the guy. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Two Clueless Dudes.
Yeah.
We are at www.twocluelessdudes.
Don't do the
I know he
www.
tells me don't do the www.
Don't.
TWO.
You'll have your
Two
identity
Clueless
stolen
Dudes
immediately if you use the www.
.com.
Yeah. Peace
Keep
out.
listening to RadioVegas.rocks for more juice.
Later.
Have fun. Be safe.
We will.
Cold clothes.
And don't
Huh.
forget,
Cold
Jeffrey
clothes.
Epstein did not kill himself.
But his old lady's about to.